What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training. Today we're going to be breaking down 3 ways that slower wide receivers can get separation and get open, okay? So we're going to be looking at routes here from Cooper Kupp, number 1, because Cooper Kupp, believe it or not, he only ran a 4.6 40. Now, again, that's probably blazing speed for a lot of high school guys, not super slow in college, but again, in the NFL, you're going up against DBs on a weekly basis who are 4.4, 4.3 guys, because that's what it takes to be able to play at the next level. So how do you get separation against a guy who's much faster than you? And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And again, fellas, if you guys have any kind of feedback, any kind of videos that you would like to see next, don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section below. We always love hearing from you guys, and it's always great to hear your feedback. So first route we're looking at here is a speed out from Cooper Kupp, but he's going to be using this triple rocker step, okay? So now, what is a triple rocker step? Why does that apply to slower guys? Because the main thing about slower guys is like, yes, this DB is going to have an advantage because he's faster, right? But the advantage we have is that we know where we're going, number one. DB does not know. The DB is playing a guessing game 24/7. And the advantage that we have is we can make my routes look incredibly similar, okay? Because again, like I said, the DB has no clue where we are going. I don't care how fast he is, he has to match my tempo. He cannot just backpedal and run faster than me, because I can just put the brakes on and catch a stop route every single time. So he has to be disciplined, and if I can sell my routes correctly, that can get me a ton of separation. So the first thing that's going to get slower wide receivers open is making your routes look similar. So you see when Kupp goes into this thing, right, he gives this triple rocker step. So he steps 1 with the inside foot, 2 with the outside foot, 3 with the inside foot again. Some people call that a tic-tac-toe break. I call it a triple rocker step, but it's essentially a 3-step break at the top. Now, a double rocker, just a regular rocker step where you would have done 2 steps where he would just step with the left foot first, just 1 step with the left foot, and then a break back in with the right foot would have done just fine. But the reason why he does this like triple step is because if you're facing a talented DB who like sees a lot on film that you use a rocker step, right? Maybe you like to do that 1-2 every single time. What he's going to do is as soon as he sees that first step of the break, he's going to jump to this side. So as soon as Cooper Kupp throws maybe this inside rocker step, he's thinking, oh, okay, I've seen this before. He's just going to give me a 2-cut break and run a post. And then we hit him with that 3rd step and get him to overcommit, get him to jump, get his eyes in the backfield. That's why he decides to go with that 3-step. It's a great move against talented guys. But again, what route does this look like? This looks like a rocker step post. This looks like he's going to be breaking to the out route if he were to run the post off the single rocker step. So to be able to get separation as a slower guy, you have to pair your routes together at the top of the route. Everything needs to look similar because trust me, a smart DB, especially, I mean, maybe for the high school or youth level, I wouldn't say a smart DB, but a smart DB coach, when he's watching a ton of film on you, he will try to figure out. He will try to figure out the tendencies. Again, like I said, that DB does not know where we are going. He has no clue. He's playing a guessing game, especially when it's man coverage. So if I can make my routes look the same, but pair the moves together, they can't even get through with film study, right? Because a lot of DBs talk about film study. Oh, like a DB will make a good play and somebody will comment and say, oh, that was just because of film study, right? So yeah, DBs watch film. They try to pick up on little intricacies of the offense. But as a wide receiver, if I'm unpredictable, especially when I'm slower, that's what gets me separation. So let's watch the thing full speed one more time. Great job by Cooper Kupp hitting this triple rocker step at the top of the break. Now we just have another example of it too as well, just so you guys can see it. Again, 1, 2, 3. Now it's just from the right side and he's able to create separation on that out route. Great tool to have in your tool belt is a rocker step and that triple rocker step to make your routes look similar, okay? Now we're going to get into a route from Jerry Rice, fellas. So Jerry Rice, he ran a 4.7 40-yard dash. Granted, different time. DBs were probably a little bit slower than what they are now, but again, that's still not blazing fast for the highest level. So how did he get separation? Before we get into this post-corner route from him, we're going to talk to you guys about today, 1 second, fellas, about a great opportunity this offseason that you guys can be a part of. We are traveling out to 9 different cities across the United States for 2-day-long quarterback and wide receiver training camp. So first things first, we're going to be coming out to Phoenix, Arizona, then Houston, Texas. We were originally going to be there in February, but it got pushed back due to the weather. Then we're going to be coming out to Newark, New Jersey, Atlanta, Georgia, Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and Los Angeles, California. So if you guys are local to one of those 9 cities and would like to get some work in with myself and my staff of coaches when we come out to your location, check out that very first link in the description below, fellas. We'd love to have you out for 2 whole days. It's 8 hours total of training. We're going to have DBs out there for one-on-ones. We're going to be doing position-specific work for 3 hours. We'll have speed and agility work to help your 40-yard dash improve and the work. So again, fellas, like I've said in the past, this is more so like a clinic. We're only having 10 to 12 guys per position group. So we're keeping it small so we could actually coach you guys, coach you up, explain to you what you're doing wrong, not just run you through drills and have you throw into a trash can or run routes and just run around a cone. We're actually trying to develop you here and explain to you situational football. Okay, so if you guys are interested in that, that sounds like something that could give you a lot of value. You want to travel out or a local to one of those 9 locations, check out that very first link below, fellas. We would absolutely love to have you out to one of our off-season camps. Let's get back to this video. So second thing that's going to get a slower wide receiver open against a quicker DB is when you are running a double move or any kind of route for that matter, you have to be sudden with your cuts, okay? So now let's watch this route from Jerry Rice. So I want you to see when he breaks to this post corner, how sudden that break is. There's not a reach. There's not an over-exaggeration, because when you guys are slower than the DB, right? That DB, and again, you see throughout this route, this DB plays it well. He's able to stay over the top of him. It's not like Jerry Rice just dusted him and he was trailing him the entire time. He's right on that hip pocket. He probably could get hands on him, I would say, if I was a DB guy. But again, it's about deception and it's about moving efficiently, because that DB has to match my speed. And that DB, the only time that having a speed advantage will help him is with recovery speed. Right? Recovery speed is what's going to help him make a break on the ball. If the ball's underthrown or it's an over-the-shoulder ball, he could catch up to it if you got him by a step, right? So we have to make sure I'm sudden with my movements to not give him enough time to react, right? So when we break to this post-corner route right here, you see how Rice, when he goes, his shoulders, his hips, his eyes could probably be to the inside, but I think he's just having a little bit of fun with this DB. But staying in stride, everything about that is what sells the route, number one, but it's not enough to sell the route. I also have to be able to get out of the break efficiently and be in stride with my cuts. And you see how sudden he makes this cut. When he breaks to that post, it's sudden. Everything about that is quick, it's explosive, and that doesn't give the DB time to react. We have to sell the route. We have to be a salesman, number one, but that break at the top of the route needs to be sudden. Let's break this down simple. Let's make it simple, right? Like, let's say this DB's off in off-man coverage, because when they have a speed advantage, they'll probably want to play off-man coverage sometimes because they know, or I would say no, more so it'd be press, excuse me, but sometimes you might get off-man coverage against a quicker guy who really trusts that recovery speed, his breaks on the ball, he trusts it, right? So if I'm going to run a post and that guy's off, I got to sell vertical, but at that post break, I can't have any indicators. I can't reach forward and lose explosion at the break. I got to be sudden. That cut has to be in stride, because that's what gives me explosion and will shoot me out of this route to widen the space from that DB. But most importantly, I don't want him to have any time to react and recover simply just because he's quicker than I am. Okay, let's play this thing again, full speed. Great job by Rice, selling the post route, being sudden with the cut, and then being able to accelerate out of this route. Great job. Okay, so now we're looking at this route again from Cooper Kupp. Like I said, he's not the fastest guy in the world. He's going up against DBs every single week just about that are faster than him. Now, a lot of people say that, oh, he gets open because of scheme, but this right here is a perfect example of how the details matter when you are a smaller guy, right? So as a receiver, especially when you get to the next level, this is what I teach a lot with the college receivers that I work with and the upper level high school guys, is that the competition that you're going to be going against, everybody's big, everybody's fast, everybody's strong. So what's going to separate you? Because in high school, you could just get a 5-star recruit. Like there's one this year, I forget the name of the guy, but does not run very many routes. He literally is just a throw me the ball. I'm bigger than this guy, faster than this guy. Just give me the ball. And that might work in high school. That might work in youth ball. But when you're going up against a DB who knows what he's doing and can actually guard you and can actually get hands on you, be physical, has good technique, the details are what separates you guys. So the one detail I want to talk about right now is this shoulder reduce, because everybody knows that when you're maybe not the fastest receiver and a DB's quicker than you, it is very hard to restack. Get back over the top of him, make a move at the top, and break to a route. So Cooper Kupp does exactly that right here. So he gives him this release. He's able to dip that shoulder, restack, and then give a move at the top of the break to get that separation. So when we go here, you see this is what I'm talking about. Again, not the most complicated release in the world, not the most fancy release in the world. Just a step to the outside, hold the leverage, details, because we know he's outside shade, so we're going to take the inside release. But watch this inside shoulder, this subtle dip right there. That subtle dip of the shoulder makes that DB's hand over the top of his pad level. He could shrug back underneath, and now he's in a position to restack. And again, yes, that DB's going to have good recovery speed because he's quicker, but still, we're in that position now at the top of the route to where I could get separation with, guess what? The first thing that we talked about, that single rocker step. 1, 2. Get that DB to stumble a little bit, trip over him because he's not sure where he's going, grab onto the jersey. Again, that is textbook right there, but the details off the line matter, fellas. Good pad level matters. Dipping the shoulder to be able to restack. All those things matter when you're going up against a guy who's quicker, who's strong, who's a talented and disciplined DB. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by Kupp setting him up, dipping the shoulder to restack, and then making that move at the top. Details matter, fellas. So to recap, 3 things that will get you open as that slower guy. You got to make sure that you pair your routes together. You got to make sure that you're sudden with your movements at the top of the route, and then you got to make sure the details off the line of scrimmage matter to get you in that good position to create space, okay? All right, fellas, I hope this video helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section below. We'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I always appreciate the feedback from you guys and appreciate any kind of video ideas for this channel. We always appreciate it. And again, fellas, like I said, we're coming out to 9 different cities this offseason. We're coming out to Phoenix, Houston, Newark, Atlanta, Columbus, Chicago, Dallas, Nashville, and Los Angeles. So if you guys are local to one of those areas, want to come out or travel out, we would love to have you. Spots are limited to only 10 to 12 guys per position group. So I hope we get you guys out there. I'll see you guys next time.